I don't know, I'm just trying to get used to the life in Sweden again, which is a struggle, really. Hi everybody, I just want to say a major thanks to everyone who supported my previous video, which was my first video ever that I published on YouTube and actually shared on Facebook and Instagram. I'm sure a lot of you are just trying to be nice and just trying to support me. Like, I hope that some people actually liked my video. So I'm trying to save money, so I moved back home to my parents and I found this map this scratchy map that I had from a few years ago that I bought in England. And I recently just scratched off Mexico. I don't know if you can see Mexico, and then Peru, Colombia, and Bolivia. On December 10, I went on a backpacking trip with 3 other girls, and we started off in Cancun, Mexico. And I just came back a few weeks ago, so I haven't actually been here that long. I don't know, I'm just trying to get used to the life in Sweden again, which is a struggle, really. So let's get right into it. Please do not travel with someone for more than 2 weeks together. And this is why. Because you are going to get tired of that person, no matter who it is, no matter how good of friends you are. Or if it's even your sister or brother, it's gonna get really difficult. Staying with one person and feeling like you have to always do everything with them is really hard. Because imagine in your day-to-day life, you're never really stuck with anyone for that long. You might go on a vacation for a week, but when it comes to 2 weeks or more, I feel like that there comes a point where you just are so sick of that person. And no matter how much you love them, no matter how much they're your best friend, your sister, brother, whatever, even your family, you know, you are gonna get tired of them at some point, and you are gonna become really agitated and annoyed at each other for little small things that might seem like they're not a big deal in the moment, but afterwards it kind of builds up this resentment. Don't go with just one person for more than 2 weeks, or have a really open trip where you know that you can do your thing and your friend can do their thing and it'll be all good. The second thing is to make sure to only pack the things you're really gonna use. So for me, I think I traveled with around 13 kilos, which personally I feel like it's a little bit too much, because you are gonna be carrying it all on your big backpack, and then if you want you can have a day backpack which you have on your stomach. And if you bring things that you're not really gonna need on a daily basis, you are gonna feel the weight of that. For example, I was carrying around a blow dryer, but because we were at the beach almost every day for that first few weeks, I wasn't actually using it because, you know, I was in the water the whole time and it got humid and it got really frizzy. So I just actually left my blow dryer when I was in Mexico before moving on to Colombia. So yeah, just make sure that everything that is in your backpack is stuff that you are gonna use on a daily basis. Alright, so the third thing is to pack things and clothes that you only really like. And this was something that I was really bad at, because when I was gonna go backpacking for the first time, I was thinking that everything had to be practical, everything had to be something that you could use all the time, which is like part of the idea as well. But for example, don't bring a pair of jeans or trousers that are just practical, that you can just wear when you're trekking, or, you know, like stuff like that. Actually bring a pair of jeans that you actually want to wear. I'm not really a fan of joggers or sweatpants, but I just brought a pair because I was like, I'm gonna need it when I'm just lounging and I'm just at home in the hostel or whatever, walking around. And it turns out that I hated wearing them because I didn't like the type of sweatpants that they were. I didn't like how they fitted on my body, and I just felt like really big, which is funny because I'm skinny. I ended up leaving them as well in a hostel. Back to my point, pack things that you really like, because then at least you know that the things that you are carrying on your backpack are stuff that you really like, or stuff that you're really gonna use. The fourth thing is the reason why I have my backpack on display here, because I want to tell you guys to invest in a more expensive backpack, or it doesn't have to be expensive, but invest in a backpack that actually unzips in the front and unzips the whole way through, you know, like a suitcase. I'm gonna show you what my backpack looks like. So my backpack looks like this, and you just lift the top up like this, And you know, it's like a traditional backpack, you just open it like that. And now the problem with this, and I did think about this before I bought it, but because it was cheaper and I didn't want to spend as much, I just bought the one that was like kind of a good brand. You know, it's North Face, it's not a bad brand. It's just that it's such a hassle because especially when you have like compartment bags, and even if you don't, every time you have to grab and look for something, you have to take everything on top of before. So like, let's say you really need a pair of jeans and they're like in the bottom of the bag, you know that you have to take everything out. And because you're at a hostel, you don't want to spread yourself out as well, which is something that I was really bad at. But if you have like a bag that actually unzips here like a suitcase, you can just open the top up like a suitcase and you can grab whatever is in there. It's really easy to fit things in, and it's easier to like use up the space well. I just kind of had to like bulk everything up, and it was like the top was always like overflowing. Back to it. My next point, which is number 6, is to have a goal in mind when you are backpacking to some place. So for me, backpacking to South America was mainly to go on a discovery, to go on a journey internally, and also to meet a lot of people and come out of my comfort zone. Make sure you have kind of a plan in mind, but that doesn't mean that you have to plan the whole route. So I thought that I had to plan the whole route before. Like, I was really nervous before going because I was like planning out, okay, so we're gonna be 2 weeks here and then 1 week here. When I came to Mexico, I realized that it was really easy to get like on a bus and just go somewhere. And because it's hostels and not hotels, it's easier to find a place to stay while you were there even. I swear some people just got up to a hostel the day they arrived and they just asked if there was space. It's really easy to backpack that way, to not have a plan, which is something that I learned on my trip as well. That's so valuable, that you don't have to plan everything, that some things just work out no matter how much or how little you plan. Number 7 is really, really good, especially if you're alone and if you're a girl. And I hate to say this because I wish that girls and guys could just travel however and that there was no difference because I'm a girl. But anyway, because I was alone a lot, always try to download offline maps on Google Maps before you're going to a new place. So for example, if I was in Medellin in Colombia and I know I was going to Salento, I would always find a place where I had Wi-Fi, which was probably the hostel, right? And I would download offline maps for the place that I was going, so Salento. So when I was in Salento, I didn't have to freak out because I didn't know where I was or anything like that, and I could actually walk to places with Google Maps. And it's just so handy to have because like I know Spanish, but like I imagine if you don't speak the language, it's really hard to find places and to like name places. In Colombia they say that you shouldn't give papaya, and I was like, what do you mean give papaya? I don't understand. And basically what that means to not give papaya is to like not give people the opportunity to rob you. So for example, if you're walking around, if you have your backpack on and you have a Western looking clothes, I suppose, and you're walking around with your Google Maps like this, like, oh, where am I going? People are gonna take advantage of that and you're gonna be a really easy target. And that's what they mean with giving papaya. So like, don't give papaya. Accept the fact that you are gonna be disconnected from the internet and the outside world. So for example, for me, that was easy because that's what I wanted to get away from. For me, social media, Instagram, Facebook, and all these like social medias that kind of pressure you to be a certain way, I was trying to get away from all of that. Like, you know, I was just trying to put that on the shelf and just like try to be one with nature again, which is, I guess, our authentic selves. But you're all the way over here, you're like experiencing nature, you're looking at all these mountains. Why do you need social media for, you know? So just accept the fact that it is going to be away from you probably, because it's not going to work as well as it probably does in your country. The other thing is, like, if you're a vegan, I understand that this is going to be really tricky, but accept the fact that there isn't going to be the same options for food. Accept the fact that you're in a different culture right now. They have different standards. They don't know sometimes what soy milk is. They don't understand what tofu is. You can't expect them to have the same lifestyle as you. And being vegan is really about a lifestyle. And a lot of people don't understand that. They have a different kind of life than you. And a lot of people aren't as well informed in certain places. Probably if you're somewhere in a village, they will eat a lot of meat there. So just don't expect there to be a lot of options for you, because it's not where you are from. It's not where you're used to, it's what they're used to. Anyway guys, those were my 8 tips for backpacking, and I'm sure you're gonna have a lot of fun moments and great times when you're traveling. I just wish you good luck. Stay tuned if you want to see some vlogs and travel videos that I made. I'm definitely gonna sit down and try to show you guys where I've been and the places I've seen, the people I met, because I did some amazing things while away. If you did like this video, please do subscribe and give this video a like if you did appreciate it, and please come back if you want to see more. Bye!